Big Shifts and Eruptions. I am Nick, medical doctor turned soul doctor, and thanks for diving in deeper with me on this next theme of Ohana breath. Big shifts. Literally, I'm standing at Maku'u Point at sunrise here on Big Island in Hawaii, and there's waves crashing, there's sunrise, there's beauty. And yesterday there was a volcano eruption. It happens about every 2 weeks here because it's the pressure coming off of the magma off the layers, or that's the story we tell ourselves. And it was so explosive that even though I was driving there with my son, we had to turn around because someone who lived locally there said it's raining down volcanic ash from the sky and it is not safe to be here. And it traveled so far, even though we're an hour away, the ash rained down where we live. We had to cut off the water collection that we have because we collect rainwater. Because there's so much ash, it's covered everything. And it's almost like these tiny little spikes of glass. And I had a few little almost splinters from it. And we had to close all the windows. We had to go inside. It was actually dangerous to be outside in a way. And that's just one of the big shifts that's been happening, the eruptions, the changes. There's been 3 or 4 different earthquakes that have happened already this year. And we saw the one before this. And it was just watching this molten magma spew thousands of feet into the sky. And we actually got rained down on with ash from the sky while we were there, but at least we could drive away then. It wasn't at our home. And this hasn't happened here in over 3 decades. And we know that because our landlord was like, what do you mean you have to disconnect the water? I've never had to do that before. And he's such a wise man. I'm so grateful we had all this help to actually take care of things and to learn about things. And then I look at the world and the big shifts that are happening, whole countries being taken over, the markets changing. I'm hearing, unfortunately, of friends, parents dying and passing, severe diseases, stage 4 cancers. I'm hearing of divorces, of other deaths, of other things. And I'm recognizing, how do I embrace the big shifts without having to have a big external shift affect me in the same way? And how do I embrace all the shifts of all the people I'm being with? I've heard of stories of people that are growing up, their life, the challenges they've had. And I was asking them, how do you find this equanimity now? And they reminded me we didn't always have this equanimity. We had to go through rage and anger and injustice and shame and guilt and all those stages in between. And it helped me realize that this year I want to help bring about big shifts for many people. And it's not all about me, but I will do my part. I will do my part. And in doing so, I'm going to be creating some retreats on Big Island in Hawaii. I'm going to be creating things in Vancouver when I'm there. And I'm doing this in a way that actually matters. And part of it is bringing it to this breath, reminding people that this is preparation. Whether it's joining our Ohana breath, whether it's joining in and listening in on all the ways we can detoxify, tune ourselves, how we can grow the food in our land, how we can eat from farmers who are growing the food, how we can pick things that are ripe, how we can actually detoxify our homes, how many things in our homes are killing us, whether it's the blue lights, whether it's the LEDs and the flickering, whether it's the screens that we're looking at all the time, whether it's the EMFs from the Wi-Fis, whether it's all the toxins in the food, the pesticides, the poisons, and not looking at this as good or bad. I could sit here and say, oh, I'm terrified of a tsunami, I'm terrified of an earthquake, I'm terrified of an eruption, I'm terrified of government overreach, so to speak. And I can just be like, wherever I am, there's always going to be something. What's going on the inside? And what would the world be like if 8 billion people decide to make a big shift to actually step into life, to step into who they want to be in this wake of this AI revolution, people worried about losing their jobs? What if you're losing your job, but you're actually learning how to live again, how to contribute again, how to be of value, how to give, how to receive? And part of it here on Big Island has been, on an extended vacation, giving more than I ever have, giving away more breath, giving away more ceremony, deep dive, giving away more time, being really intentional about it, giving away the people that are reciprocating, that are loving, that are enlivening the spirit, going on adventures. We're seeing dolphins, we're seeing whales, we're seeing turtles, we're seeing so much wildlife, we're seeing sea cucumbers, sea anemones, we're seeing sea urchins, we're seeing crabs, all these different things, and eating different things as well. And nourishing ourselves and following the sun and being with sunrise, being with sunset, building big fires, remembering what it's like to build a big fire. Yesterday I walked the land with a beautiful lady who'd been here for 50 years. And she had the foresight to move because she was in a lava flow area to where she is now, where she's growing all these beautiful flowers, all these beautiful animals. There's cats, there's parrots, there's cockadoos, there's doggies, and just watching all the life and the abundance of life that is around. And remembering, if I don't see the bugs around, what's going on? We are over on the Kona side, which is the big city side, and there weren't bugs. And then we noticed people were spraying all these pesticides and realizing, oh, I may not like some of this nature all the time because I'm not used to it, and what beauty it brings knowing that it's around. And every night I get to hear the frogs croaking. I get to hear so many noises at night because we live on 1 acre of land right now. Wow, what is it like to actually live and have darkness around, to see the sky and the stars? And so I'm calling in these big shifts. I'm inviting in these big shifts. I'm inviting people who want to step consciously into the big shifts, into the awareness of it all, because we are in creation mode right now. We are in creation mode. And how to remind people they are creators, they are visionaries, and how to create it so they're not doing it alone. Even for myself, I've been looking into my human design with my beloved. And in my human design, I'm meant to do lots of different things, but with lots of different people. And it's been a reminder because that's how I live my life, and that's how I want to keep living my life. So I really invite you to come in a couple weeks. Today is January 25th. We just finished Ohana Breath Intimacy, and we're going to step into the big shifts. Bring in your big shifts. Bring your big intentions. Bring in the thing that you really want and ask for it. And then allow it to unfold the way it needs to unfold. Often we think, I want this thing, I didn't get it. Rather than I want this thing, I put it out there. And these are the steps that I'm building the foundation of. And it will come. It will come. And I keep getting this card, the abundance is flowing. The abundance is flowing. So I invite you to breathe. I invite you to be with health, wealth, family, freedom. I invite you to be with awareness this year. And I look forward to all the big shifts. Ciao for now.